guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, we have got another no item run done in the books. This is our boy Super Vegeta, the Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta, leading us to victory here in pure... Oh my god, it's this... Okay, this run. Oh boy. Alright, I remember this... Alright, this opening turn is not really the greatest, and I'm, like, playing around with the orbs. Oh, god damn it. This lasts for, like, a good... so, when I do the challenge runs for... Because the reason... I end up resetting until I get the same thing, because that way I remember, Vegeta gets a guaranteed stun on Super, so I want to stun Trunks with the first Super Vegeta, and then I'll stun Goten with the second Super Vegeta, to just minimize the amount of damage that we're going to take on this turn, right? Oh boy, but I have like issues with the orb, so we're gonna be here for a little while. But you know, for the category runs of like the legendary events where we got those missions, typically now I just speed those up. I don't know that I really need to do the same thing with Super Battle Road runs, because like a lot of times those legendary missions, it's like the first, like they build up, right? It's like, yeah, base Vegeta can't do anything to us, right? There's no reason to watch it. Whereas like Super Battle Road runs, it's like pretty much the same level of difficulty the whole way through. I mean, the last fight is definitely always the hardest, but you know, it's not like the first fight is easy or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm just sort of playing around. I don't know, I was doing other stuff. I'm just being dumb with this until we... there's like another 3 resets incoming or something like that. But I could start explaining and talking about the team while we're going through. So, of course, you know, starting with the Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta, we know how ridiculous he is. We know how godly the Super Vegeta is. He can tank fine as long as it's just like he's not in slot 1 and he's going to get hit too many times before he super attacks, or he's going to get hit like type disadvantage or anything like that. If it's after he supers, the first hit will do some damage, but then the rest of the hits will be double digits on a rainbowed level 10 Link Super Vegeta, right? So we don't actually have anything to worry about if he is, you know, again, rainbow level 10 Links and stuff like that, like mine is, right? He is able to take double digit damage from normal attacks, which is, you know, again, that's what we want. Like, you know, I guess now at this point the comparison is going to be made to Videl. After Videl double supers, typically, she is also taking double digit damage in these very difficult Super Battle Road stages. I mean, but keep in mind, this stage right here is way tougher than any extreme Super Battle Road stage Videl can participate in, right? The Buu Saga, Superclass, Earthling they're not on this level. The Pure Saiyan stages, godly, it's so difficult, right? But it's because of the roster. The roster is just insane for Pure Saiyans, right? Like, it's funny, like, this is the build. This is actually the very first attempt I did with this build. I was using Tech Raditz, but Tech Raditz he just takes way too much damage, and even with his damage reduction, he just gets destroyed, dude. It's not enough. His guaranteed stun is nice, but it's like, it just tends to not really work out so well. So I figured what I did was I replaced Tech Raditz, and instead I put the Dokkan Fest GT Super Saiyan Vegeta on here, thinking I could just create some more ki, right? Because, again, the 2 Super Vegetas, when they super attack, it's a guaranteed stun for that turn. So we don't have to worry about being attacked in that turn, right? Raditz has that as well, but Raditz can also do a 2-turn stun from his super attack. But we have the 2 Super Vegetas, and we have STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? So we have those. I am running the STR Vegito unit. Now, I mean, dude, honestly, I would say I'm pretty surprised at how controversial the Gogeta and Vegito stuff is. I mean, I guess it's just because that's always, like, arguing Vegito versus Gogeta. But, I mean, I don't know. Just for how I play the game, for what I'm trying to do with the game, Vegito is clearly better. Like, I just have no hesitation saying Vegito, the STR Vegito unit, is better. Flat out. Like, it's just that simple. Now, I don't know about running the 2 of them together as a rotation in here. I mean, we definitely... Because, like, look, dude, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's taking damage with it. Like, that shit, from normals, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta with his, what, 80% damage reduction or 90% damage reduction, or whatever the hell he's got, is taking damage in here, right? Like, it's crazy. So, like, I don't know that you could really get away with a rotation of STR Vegeta and Tech Gogeta together. And obviously, that's where Tech Gogeta starts to look really super good, is when that unit is with STR Vegeta. Then we could transform with both of them and stuff like that. But you guys know, for a no-item run, it's no item. Our health is going to be low. So it's like Tech Gogeta needing to be above 70% HP. That shit is just no good. That's just no good for what I'm trying to do here. So they honestly, that Tech Gogeta unit was not even really a consideration for the team. I guess I could have. I mean, I guess that they could fulfill the same role as GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. Would they do better? Maybe. Maybe. It's just that the Rainbow Orb changing for them is a 50% chance. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, if we would get the off chance that it is turn 4 and we're above the HP threshold and we could transform with them, obviously the transformed Gogeta would tear shit up in here, for sure. But it's just in a no-item run, it's not guaranteed to be able to get that Tech Gogeta the way it is STR Vegeta. So typically what I'm doing with my rotations is I am playing around them to ensure that STR Vegeta we have on turn 4. It is essential that we have STR Vegeta on exactly turn 4 in every single one of these fights, because dude, the stage is too crazy. All right, I should talk about this guy right here. This guy who has exploded onto the scene. Now, I made a tweet just saying, like, you know, you can make the case that this guy is the best free-to-play unit in the game, and a lot of people went crazy, but it's like, I didn't even say he was better than Roshi. I just said, like, I feel like it's a discussion, and I do feel like it's a discussion that we could have who is better, because, like, Roshi, like, you know, in this level of difficulty stage, this pure Saiyan stage, let's just say we could use Roshi in here. Roshi would still be a really great option, right? He does have some dodge, even though it's only 30%. He's got the seal on 18 key. He's got the 70% chance to stun. So it's like, I don't know. Like, would I run Roshi over the Goku, though? Probably not. Well, because with this build, I mean, it was just like, I don't know. Like, I guess I could just build a different team to where we could potentially try and revive with Roshi. Roshi actually would be fantastic here. Maybe I'd just, like, take off, I don't know, like, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, put on, like, STR UI Goku, and then also get, like, Roshi in here or something like that, right? Because as long as Roshi can revive, like, you definitely can make great use of him. Like, I don't know, like, Roshi, Yarja, Goku, I don't know that I care too much, right? Because they're different levels of free-to-play unit, whereas this Goku is just, like, an easy AT where you could farm from the story event and stuff like that. But he's ridiculous. All right, so here we go. This I thought was, oh, okay, well, it's GG right here. This is GG right here. This is not a great situation. Just all those attacks, like, that's what this stage is, pure Saiyan stage. It's that the first turn of these fights, when they overload, like, this is exactly why I got Raditz off the team. It's because, like, you know, I'd be tempted to put, like, Raditz there, and he just gets killed, right? Like, it's just like, he's dead. Raditz has taken, like, neutral, he's taken 70k. Like, this Gotenks right here would do 70k damage to Tech Raditz with his damage reduction. Now, UI Goku does take 350k damage there, but, I mean, there's a handful of units that even would have lived in slot 1, because we got double supered in slot 1 right there. Outside of UI Goku, there's not a lot of characters that would have gotten us through that situation right there. Like, you know, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, we would have died, right? Like, you just go on and on. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would have lived. He would have been able to take way less damage on that spot than Goku. All right, so we're able to get the stun off on Gohan. Now, remember, Yardrat Goku, and I would say to an extent probably GT Vegeta as well. I think neither of these two units are basically going to take damage unless they got super attacked, right? So it's like Yardrat Goku and GT Vegeta are sort of like protecting our ass end right here. And as long as they do not get supered, I just don't think we really have any fear with those units, right? Like, they're going to be completely good to go. They're going to be really, really tanky. They're going to do just, like, very, very good things for us. Yardrat Goku does have a chance to stun as well. We didn't really get, like, turns where he was able to show out with his defense and countering and stuff like that. But, I mean, Yardrat Goku, again, he fulfilled his role. I just think we did get, like, some really good rotation luck. like, you know, like on this turn right here, right? And, you know, the key was able to be placed correctly, so, like, maybe Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could get his stuns off, which we did right there, right? Again, STR Vegito, I like always, have him lined up for turn 4, because we've got to get the heal in. The heal is, like, absolutely essential with STR Vegito. Like, that's... that transformation is just, like, it's the no-item run, like, king. Like, the STR Vegito is actually, like, the best no-item run unit in the game or something like that. Probably, I don't know. He can take... Remember that when STR Vegito comes out, too, though, he can take a lot of damage depending upon what the situation is. You do still have to be careful with him, right? Like, that's definitely true, right? It's not just like, all right, STR Vegito's out, we just put him in slot 1 in front of 70 attacks, and we're good. It's like, no, that's not true. But once he comes out, he gives us, you know, nearly a full heal. We get the Scouter effect. Like, all the good stuff happens. This is another sort of... Is this a tricky turn? Maybe. Gotenks being 2 turns stun is really, really good for us. I think... Okay, so looking back at it, I was nervous. I did have a couple of runs die when I was using Tech Raditz and some other slightly different builds, where it's like I finished the fight off in 3 turns, and it's like we go into the next fight at this 8, like that's a loss, right? Like we have to make it to turn 4 and fuse with Vegito. I decided to go all out on this turn, and it does work out well, because I think we barely... UI Goku must not... Because oftentimes while doing these one runs, like, I'm looking away and stuff like that, UI Goku must only super once and not even crit or something like that right here, right? Yeah, and then he... Yeah, okay, yep. Because it's like, you know, he could do that, or he could triple crit, and Gotenks would have been dead right there. Which, again, if we killed Gotenks on this turn, that's a loss. We would lose. We'd have no chance. Because the final fight against Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. is... It's devastating. Vegeta Jr. and Goku Jr., they are so crazy. It's just like... It really does feel like one of those stages where it's like, you make it to that final, like, Goku Jr., Vegeta Jr., and then they just instantly kill you. Like, they're so powerful, it's ridiculous. And it's like, you know, we're even gonna get, like, the way these runs line up, I typically do get the Dokkan attack, like, consistently on that first turn against them, and it just doesn't even matter. They still just blow me away oftentimes. So we got pretty unlucky in terms of Vegeta's Rainbow Orb changing right here. Like, look at this field of orbs, right? Like, obviously, I want to be able to super attack with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Again, this is a turn... STR Vegito, as good as he is, I can't put him in slot 1. Or even against normals, I mean, this is pure Saiyan Extreme Super Battle. We know. He's going to take, like, a million damage, like per hit. Like, STR Vegito, like, he actually would probably take, I don't know, 150, 200k, something like that per normal. Something like that. STR Vegito, if we had him in slot 1, I think. So, I mean, yeah, because, dude, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's taking damage. He's not even taking double digits. So, I could not put STR Vegito in slot 1 right there. Now, we do get lucky. My Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I mean, I say lucky, but I think he does have 24 additional, something like that. Because it's like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's a mainstay in a lot of these no-item runs. And him double supering to potentially get the stun is really helpful. Or even if he super stuns and then gets a double super and then his damage is, you know, semi-decent. That tends to be pretty good. GT Vegeta does a lot of damage right here, as he tends to do, which works out perfect, because then we finish that phase off, and then we go into here, and then again, we are aligned for STR Vegito to fuse on turn 4 if we make it there, and then also UI Goku can give us the Dokkan attack, which is ideal, because obviously, UI Goku is the hard... Well, yeah, I mean, the hardest hitter on the team... Yeah, well... It really is Super Vegeta definitely output probably more damage than UI Goku. But it's just like if I'm talking about a single hit. If we're able to get 20 ki for UI Goku, sure, his attack will probably be harder than Super Vegeta's, but it's not that easy, you know, in this sort of like environment to just like rattle off 20 ki for UI Goku, right? So ideally, I think Super Vegeta probably would do more damage just with the Dokkan attack right here. But again, I don't like. I can't. Super Vegeta can't go in slot 1. It's instant death. It has to be UI Goku is like. There's not many characters in this fight right here against these two monsters that you could survive very long. All right, so I don't like. Again, I've never. This is, I think, the first time I made it past turn 1 of this fight and we got it done. because these two are just, they're brutal, dude. They're so ridiculous. But I think we might finish Vegeta Jr. off in this first turn, because I believe UI Goku does triple super triple crit right here, which is, you know, the dream. But he gives us that, which takes away almost all of Vegeta Jr.'s health, right? Like, he triple super triple crits. And then this sort of sets the tone for this final fight, right? The fact that I'm able to sort of quickly eradicate Vegeta Jr., get him out of here, and then I could just, like, either keep Goku Jr. stun locked or, like, not have to risk too many times, right? That's a lot of damage UI Goku did to Vegeta Jr. right there. And look at Goku Jr. Goku Jr. took, like, no damage from that. Like, we Dokkan attacked him, and Goku Jr. took, like, no damage. It's insane. It's insane how strong these enemies are. So, oh, yeah, Vegeta Jr. did live. I was so terrified right there. Oh, actually, damn. Goku Jr. did 48k to Super Vegeta. Like, that's a good turn for Super Vegeta right there, right? He still took 48k. I want to say Videl would tank better right there, but I guess I don't know for sure. Because, like, Videl, like, you know, depending upon the situation, you could run Videl in slot 1, right? Because she gets her 50% chance to dodge before she's hit, but her defense doesn't really kick up and become, like, really good. Until after she's, like, double supered, right? And remember that Videl does not double super in slot 3. So Videl, it's hard. It really depends upon the turn, right? Because Videl has a 50% chance to dodge in slot 1 before she attacks, and in slot 3. And she double supers in slot 1 and slot 2. It's very situational. I want to say Videl would have taken less damage than Vegeta from that second hit of Goku Jr., though. I mean, overall, I think between the two hits, I think Videl probably would have taken less damage for sure. But then, like, we have to account for Vegeta getting the guaranteed one-turn stun as well, right? It's like, after this run, I feel confident in saying Vegeta is better than Videl. Like, I have no hesitation whatsoever, right? Where it's like, again, like, Yardrat Goku versus Roshi, I probably would say Roshi, but it's like Goku deserves to be in the discussion, right? But, like, yes, like, Super Vegeta, yeah, it's better than Videl, easy. Like, there's no hesitation for me saying that. Okay, so we're able to get rid of Vegeta Jr. right here. He did get a super attack off. Can you believe how much damage he did? What, over 100k to Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? Like, that's how it shows you how crazy these stages have gotten, man. They just do so. They are not intended to be beaten with items. Some of these, like the movie boss stage and this one, the roster is just way too overwhelming, right? And then they drop Vegeta, who is, you know, ridiculously, having 2 of this guy on the team is crazy, right? Because it's like he does so much damage with these guaranteed crits. It's like the damage he's dealing is ridiculous. And then the stun, so he's like great utility in Super Battle Road stages, right? And then that just gets us to here. And it's like, you know, as long as UI Goku does not get super attacked, we're good. Goku could take both normals, and I think he would live. I think in order for us to die here, UI Goku has to eat a super attack. It's the only way for us to die. But spoiler alert, he doesn't, because he's the best unit in the game still. So there we go. Pure Saiyan, Extreme Super Battle Road, no item done. I know it's like, I had a build, I had made it to go, I think I made it to Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. maybe like once or twice or something like that. But again, they just, I was running a Reps of Universe 7 team to try and do this, but it's like, man, again, if they don't dodge, it's death for like STR UI, Physical UI, AGL UI, all these UIs. This was definitely a much more consistent run because Super Vegeta is actually like really good in here, right? Not like transforming Vegeta who sucks ass, and it's like there's just no way we could no item a transforming Vegeta. 2 of him on the team, no, not happening. So, alright, so we got Pure Saiyan done. So there's still a few extreme stages left to do. Android and movie bosses I both think are possible, although they're insanely difficult. And then Giant and Ginyu Force I do not think are possible right now. I don't Giant, the roster is just not good enough for either category to make it through with no items. I don't believe so. I've got a strat to try with the Ginyu Force stage where I use Ginyu's SSR, but I don't know how it's going to be, and I obviously don't want to do that until I get that Ginyu SSR to level 10 links anyway, so it'll be a little while. Because he has loyalty, which gives you damage reduction. at level 10, right? So of course I gotta test that out. But there we go. There's Pure Saiyan Extreme Super Battle No Item done. Next one will probably be movie bosses, but I mean that stage is brutal, dude. Maybe I'll try androids. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try and get one of them done, but the next couple are way harder. Way harder.